Hey, what's up guys? We're back on Vampyr. Appreciate all the support with this playthrough. Hit that like button and subscribe. Also click into the join button. Take a look at some of the membership benefits for the channel. Appreciate all the support once again. Let's get into it. I mean, this is the last area of town that we needed to visit, so we gotta meet all these people. Calhoun's shop. That was probably Calhoun we just passed, I would imagine. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to him. And there's the other person that we need to talk to as well.
Women of all countries unite!
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reid.
Welcome, Dr. Reid. Welcome to my humble shop.
How much for that monocle? Calhoun? Level 5? Everybody's healthy down here. I guess that makes sense though. They did just say that this side of town has been pretty good for the most part.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
You cannot expect the newspapers to expose the truth while the war is still raging. I can assure you that the situation here is desperate.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit? For the thrill of it?
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
A kidney pie? If anybody knows what that is, let us know in the comments, please.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
London's lone gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
I may have a look at your goods, Mr. Russell.
Once again, why are you saying it like that? I may have a look at your goods. Come on, Dr. Reid. See, this is what I'm talking about here. I have a bunch of stuff. If I was at a workbench, it would show me a bunch of weapons to upgrade, but it's not showing up on here to sell them.
Women of all countries unite!
Alright, so they're still talking over there. Let's talk to this guy now.
Women's right to vote is only the first
Good evening,
step.
sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
Level 3. Oh, he's got a migraine. We got you, Clarence.
Do you need medical assistance, Clarence?
It's a little late for visiting hours, don't you think?
Never.
What can I say? I haven't lost my old habits.
I hope we're talking about the same habits, old friend.
Interesting.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny, I didn't want to sound selfish.
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
He saw vampires during the war. Yo, that would be crazy. That would be. I'm surprised there was no follow-up question to that. Wow.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. And so many things have happened.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
Well, damn. Why are you the village idiot? We don't have a question for that? Really? Alright.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Support the equality between
Send him
men
home.
and women.
Is she in the house? Nope. I don't see her up there.
Women of all
Alright, we're not going to go into the Ascalon Club just yet. Let's keep moving around. I may actually try to do that side mission as well. See if we can figure out where the friend is. That's going back into an action part of the town. Let me go this way first. I just want to see how many more people we can speak with, because everybody else could be members of the Ascalon Club for the additional conversations to be had. Let's see if we find anybody else out here first. Warning leaflet. West Enders must unite. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them control you. They are amongst us. They lust after your soul. Vampires are real. Defend your community. This public warning leaflet has been financed and distributed by Mr. C. Crossley. Wow. Well, you know we gotta talk to him about that right now.
Good evening, old chap.
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
You're not. So I need to know.
Tell me what you have discovered about vampires, Clarence.
They've always been here. And if you search for long enough, you realize others know about these devils too. I'm not alone.
Have you shared your research with anybody else?
No. But I've published my leaflets all across the city, hoping that someday someone will realize I'm printing the truth.
What do you mean you're not alone? Who have you met?
The Guard of Prewin, the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, Ichabod Throgmorton. Those names always pop up when you dig deep enough.
Have you spoken with any of them?
No. With the quarantine, it's almost impossible to leave the West End. But as a doctor, maybe you could, Johnny.
Are you asking me to help you prove the existence of vampires, Clarence?
Yes, Johnny. Please, gather all the information you can find about vampires and bring it to me. You're the only friend I have left. I need you.
Clicks mesmerize. I'll show you about vampires. Oh, so tempted. I don't know if something can happen if you mesmerize someone and then choose not to do it. I feel like it would just end it and that would be it. But just to make sure I don't accidentally mess up something for this playthrough, we're going to leave that alone.
Clarence, why have you distributed leaflets about vampires all across the West End?
I have to warn everybody about them. They've killed thousands of people already, unnoticed thanks to the epidemic. We are all in danger here.
Vampires in London? Come on, Clarence. Who's going to believe that?
I'm not mad, Jonathan. You have to believe me. I know they are real. They're all around us, even as we speak.
That's hilarious. You need to shut up. I believe you.
Clarence, you've always been a reliable and a good friend to me. If you say you saw a vampire, then I believe you.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for your trust. You don't know what that means to me.
It's all right. But if you want my help, you have to explain exactly what happened.
The first time it was in Rouen. I saw an officer drink the blood of a soldier. I saw its teeth, saw it bite. It was a vampire, Johnny, and they're here too.
That is so funny.
Clarence, tell me about the vampire you saw in France.
I was enjoying my leave in Rouen. I left the bar, took a shortcut back to the barracks. I saw it in a back alley. An officer in a stained uniform biting into a soldier's neck.
You were drunk.
But you were drunk, weren't you? Are you sure these two men were not just kissing?
Please don't insult me, Johnny. I hid, and I saw him leave. Then I saw the body, drained of all blood. I've seen the same marks here in London since I've returned.
Did you ever see that officer again?
No. He wore the uniform of the Royal Warwickshire Regiment. I did some research, but found no trace of him. He probably stole it from a previous victim.
It had to have been Fergal. That would be hilarious. Think about how huge Fergal is.
You need some rest, Clarence.
Over here trying to convince us that there are vampires in London, and we're over here telling him he's crazy. That's so funny. Trolling the shit out of him. Oh, there's Venus Crossley. Alright, so we could get her to come to the door. Anybody else over here? Looks like you can go out this way. Oh, is this two ways to go into their house? No. Suppose they give you the detail to go up there, and then you can't go through the door. Let's go ahead and get this unlocked. Is this the docks over here? The North Dock. Okay. Alright, so we're kind of seeing how everything in the city is coming together. Starting to get some of these entrances unlocked. We got one to go to Whitechapel earlier, and now this one. Let's go ahead and talk to Venus. I want to find as many people as we can and get these conversations out the way. I feel like we should be able to go up there.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Damn,
Jonathan,
Venus?
Is that you? I did not know you were back in London. Oh, my dear Johnny. I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was
You
such
wanna
a
help me grieve?
sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
Oh, shit, I'll go with you. Level 4. Aw, shit. Look at that. Oh, I want to grieve. Come on, Venus.
Forgive me. With the epidemic, I tend to forget people are supposed to sleep at night.
I'll tell you what. Come back tomorrow for tea. I'll be glad to see you then.
Oh, shit, Dr. Reid. Oh, we can't go there in the day. Dead blasted. We gotta get to level 4, ladies and gentlemen. We want to have tea with Venus. That's hilarious. Clarence, what are you doing? You're over here walking the streets talking about some damn vampires. You need to be giving her some vampire action. I don't know what you're doing with your life. We got some other person over here. We are meeting so many people. Isn't this the same house I just... Yep, I could have just came this way. That's fine. At least we know. And the good part, when I'm doing my editing, I'm able to kind of make mental notes of stuff like this so we can get around the areas a little bit easier.
I can't continue like this.
Let me help you.
Good evening, miss. Can I help you? I'm a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reid.
I am Karina Billow. I don't need any doctor. The rats. Where are the rats?
Miss, you don't seem well at all. Are you afraid of rats? Has one bitten you?
No, it's me who bites them. Tasty, juicy, disgusting rats. I can't stop eating them. Help me, please. Help me to disobey the voice.
What the hell? I mean, we eat them to sustain a little bit of blood, but sounds like she's like half Scal over here. Let's see.
Tell me about yourself, Miss Billow. What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm hungry. Need to eat. Have you got something for me? Blood, perhaps? Can you give me blood, Dr. Reid?
Don't you remember who you are, miss? What you did for work?
I was strong, proud. I campaigned for good causes. But that was before. It does not matter anymore. I'm so hungry.
Okay, I really think this person is half, like, they're either turning Scal. I don't know if she's going Ekon, but it does make me wonder because you see her left eye is kind of blood red, and then her left eye is actually bluish and a little more clear. So it seems like something's definitely changing within her.
What happened to you?
The rats. The answer hides in their little crunchy bones, their juicy, tiny brains.
Miss Billow, please, try to concentrate. Why do you worry about rats so much?
The voice in my head. He forces me to do so. Drink their blood, he said. Eat their flesh.
Do you feel compelled to obey that voice, Miss Billow? Even if you're loath to submit to it?
Yes. Please. Help.
Tell me about the voice in your head. Who is it? Can you describe it? Is it someone you know, someone you met?
Keep your mouth shut, he said. Don't ever speak about me or I'll abandon you. Help me, please, Doctor.
Yeah, it definitely seems like there's something influencing her because we've heard pretty much everyone else who's turned talked about hearing shadows and whatnot, hearing those voices.
What is the local news hereabouts, Miss Billow?
Shadows. Shadows hunting shadows. Whispers in the dark. Pestilence. Suffering. Death.
Wow. Sounds like a typical day out here.
I must go now. Goodbye, Miss Billow.
Should we really be leaving them? As obsessed with rats as they are? Some scribbles and obscure scrawls written in blood on a sheet of paper. I was about to say, that's gotta be her. Oh, bring your crazy ass back over here before you kill someone.
Rats. Tasty rats. Those clever rodents are cautious now. They won't approach.
What the...
Tell me about vampires, Karina. You must have met one recently.
He promised he would help me, give me immortality, make me escape this world of death. He promised.
Who is he? How did you meet him?
I can't tell you, Doctor. He won't let me.
Karina, I order you to reveal to me the name of the vampire who took control of your will. Speak their name.
Don't you dare interfere with my game, Ekon. Go find yourself your own toy and let me play with mine.
Who are you? Reveal yourself. Let this woman be.
Why? What would be the fun in that? It's so amusing to see her defile herself, one bite at a time.
Damn.
This vampire is as powerful as he is wicked.
Help me, please, Dr. Reid. Help me.
Wow. Yo, that's crazy, man. I said she was turning, but they're literally, I mean, they just spoke through her.
I must go now. Goodbye, Miss Billow.
All right, we got to play close attention. It's got to be somebody at the Ascalon Club. Because, actually, I don't know, because even the Maker, we don't know how close the Maker is in proximity. She's got an eavesdrop situation coming up. All right, we can do it right here. Let's do that now. Can you walk a little bit faster?
You make me sick, you juicy, warm treat. Damn it! Oh my, what have we got here? dead rat. Oh, so gross. So tempting. Eternal life through the blood of the lesser beasts, he said. Oh, dear God, help me. Save me, for I can't stand what I've become.
Damn, that's crazy. She's got another hint. Of course she does. We gotta figure out what Vampyr is doing this to her. That is really messed up. Can we talk to you now? Don't walk past me. No, you see me right here. Don't turn back around.
Rats.
Alright, don't say the same thing again.
Why do you eat rats, Karina?
Their flesh contains the path to immortality. I have to eat them all if I want to live. Help me. Please. Make it stop.
I don't know if I can, miss. You have been tricked, forced to play a disgusting game. I don't know how to save you.
Kill me then, Doctor. Take my life. I beg you.
I won't interfere with another Econ. I can't do that if that's what you want. But wait, how... See, that's the thing. I don't know if he's just going to, like, mesmerize her and then we have to kill her. I'm not trying to do that. I don't know if that's going to mess up my ending. I'm trying to get a good ending on here.
I can't do that, Miss Billow. I'm a doctor. I won't kill as an answer to pain or suffering. Never again.
It is my decision. If I could, I'd do it myself. You're a doctor, but also a vampire, aren't you? Kill me, please. Make it stop.
Tell me what really happened to you, Karina.
He was so handsome, so charming. He asked if I'd obey him in every way. I said yes. And then he...
He tricked you.
Yes, he has promised me eternal life. And now I must eat these rodents for attaining it. But of course, it's a lie.
Damn, that's crazy. That's all her hints. That's everything.
I must go now.
I mean, if we can stop the vampire that's in control of her, that would...
It's locked.
Really? I hate when it does that. Literally just watch somebody go through there. Oh no, I didn't want to go to the sewer. Dang it. Alright, I did not mean to go down into the sewer, but since we're down here, let's just see if there's anything immediate that happens. This actually looks like a hideout for old Bridget, maybe? The myth of the horned vampire. Okay, here is the write-up for the myth of the horned vampire. Go ahead and pause that if you want to read through it. Alright, hope you got a chance to pause. Let's go ahead and scroll down to this last section here. Looks like there's even more. Alright, we'll kind of stop it right here. There's a little bit more left. From Drinking at the Fountain of Knowledge by Usher Talltree, Primate of St. Paul. Now this is really interesting because obviously our maker is a horned vampire type figure. Let's go a little bit further into the sewers. So much money in the sewers. Why is that? Why is there so much money in the sewers?
It's locked, all right.
We have a lot going on down here. I wasn't planning to come down here, but we're here now. I can't go in the water at all. Either going to go up or we're going to go down. It looks like... Oh, this was the fight with Fergal. Yeah, okay. So this gets us back down to Old Bridget and them if we were to go this way. Yep. Alright, so we could go back that way if we wanted to. That's good to know. Alright, so now I'm curious, if we go back up here, I guess this takes us back to where we were before. Yep. That was the pathway. Now we can go across this and check this out. Alright, I'm glad we chose to come back up here. What else is over here? Alright, just looks like some valuables that we can sell. Not seeing anything else. Yeah, it looks like that was about it. Okay. Alright, since we're down here, let's go ahead and head over to the Scowls and Old Bridget. We'll go see if they have any new conversations. Harry Jones will not talk to us anymore. Let's go see if we can find Old Bridget. Kind of felt like there would have been something to be said there, but there was no new conversations or anything. We'll head back where we were. Alright, let's see if we can... Yeah.
It's locked, all right.
That door's still locked. That's where we just were watching the person from, Karina. Alright, yeah, so like I was saying, we gotta be very mindful of all the people we speak to in the Ascalon Club. Is like, not even trying to go off of my memory, just going off of how this game has been, it feels like it has to be someone from there. Because we don't know how strong someone's maker is in terms of like reach and being able to still control them or having influence. So maybe something where you have to be really close for that to work. Now I do see we have 3,500 XP, so we could level up first before we move into the Ascalon Club. Alright, so I know I'm kind of jumping around a little bit. We were around the main mission area, and we've come back to this side of town because we're trying to get back to the docks. Essentially, I'm just trying to get some more XP and whatnot before I rest. I need to heal up a lot of people at the docks, and then I can level up and move forward with the game. Because these enemies are like 10 levels above us. They're killing us really easily. Oh wow, look at this. See, this is what will happen if the streets go into chaos. I do remember that from playing before. And it's like these battles are so sporadic. So it's definitely fun, but obviously this is chaos. Don't be killing that werewolf. Ow. Get some blood back for it. I gotta do these fights here. I have to get stronger. Send him to the abyss, or bring it to him. You piece of shit. Give me some blood. Swipe. He's not dead yet. Heal. That has done so much damage to me. There's someone else over here? Oh, they're further down fighting. Yep. Yeah, these fights are gonna keep happening. This is the Great Hunt. Alright, cool. Let's... So there's a safe house. Is this the safe house? Oh, now this door is unlocked. Okay, so this was Mortimer's key that he gave us. Okay. Wow, so he had a safe house for us. We see the note right there. I'll read it in a second. Let me see what else we can get.
It's locked.
So I probably can't unlock that until you kill Mortimer or Beatrice. Fertile is the belly of the beast. Alright, here's the write-up. Fertile is the belly of the beast. Go ahead and take a moment and pause that if you want to read it. Oh, it's talking about vampires and humans trying to make children. That's crazy. This is from Kendall Stone, founder of the Guard of Prewin. Alright, so this must be original founder because we know Jeffrey McCullum is in charge now. My dear mother, when you find this letter, I'll be gone. I want you to know that I don't leave because of you. I leave this world because of the crushing weight that existence puts on me. These times are too much for me. Sometimes I feel like Baudelaire's verses have been written as an echo from my own heart. When the low heavy sky weighs like a lid upon the spirit aching for the light, and all the wide horizon's line is hid by a black day sadder than any night. It's as beautiful as it is painful, Mother. I can't suffer it anymore. I don't want you to try to convince me and it would only delay the inevitable, for I would do it again if by any chance you managed to save me once. Farewell, your son Mortimer. Well, I'm glad she's not going to see this letter.
In this letter, Mortimer Goswick does nothing to hide his desire to die. I could give it to his mother, but doing so would betray his trust.
Yeah, we're going to give that back to Mortimer. We're not going to do that to him. Actually, you know what? We're not that far away. Let's go ahead and get that XP claimed up, because that kind of goes against the mentality of getting this stuff done so we can get the XP. Yeah, we're literally right here. Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick.
I'm okay.
I have retrieved your letter, Mr. Goswick. I can assure you that nobody read it but me.
Thank you. This is for you, then. For your help. And for your silence.
I think you should talk to your mother. It would be good for both of you.
Thank you, Dr. Reid. I'll think about it. Now please, let me be.
Do we have any other conversations for him? I think we should be done.
I've read your letter, Mortimer. You wrote about an unbearable feeling of despair while the world crumbles around you. Tell me more about it.
There's nothing more to say, really. It's hurtful, it's unbearable, and I don't ask anyone to understand what I feel.
You're a lucky man. Pain is a precious tool. I feel like this is one of those hints you could fail, but let's go here.
Despair is a deadly poison I've tasted myself, sir. We're only tempted to drink it because we're terrified by the uncertainty of the next minute.
I know that perfectly, Doctor, for I waited for so long, hoping that the next minute would be less unbearable.
Alright, I guess we didn't fail that one. That was a good answer. I do have to question if it's a good idea for a hacksaw to be sitting right next to this person, considering what happened. Just saying.
I have to go now, sir.
I'm all right.
Let's talk to the mom. We're not going to tell her anything if she asks, but let's talk to her.
Good evening, Doctor.
You know how your son's doing. You see him over there. Oh, we have a lot. Oh. Okay, well, there's no reason we should... I don't know. Hey, look, we didn't let her read the letter, but we do have a lot we could talk to her about, and we're absolutely going to.
I've read your son's medical report, Beatrice. It's not the flu or anything life-threatening. What has you so worried?
He was at death's door when he was brought here. I just want him to be better as soon as possible.
He's not out of the woods yet, you know. He might need to stay here longer than expected.
Take care of him then, Dr. Reid. People here only seem to focus on contagious patients. I worry my poor Mortimer will be neglected.
Mortimer is extremely vague as to his motivations for committing suicide. Tell me more about what you know.
As you say, Mortimer had no reason to die. All he said to me was that he wanted to make the world a better place, but couldn't.
Why did your son feel so useless when facing the world?
I think it was more that he could only see the melancholy facets of life. He couldn't help but dwell on such things.
What do you think he meant by making the world a better place?
Mortimer has always been a sensitive soul. He wouldn't talk to anyone for months after his father passed. It's like he carries everyone's sadness with him.
I have read your son's suicide note. It was not an impulsive gesture, nor was it his first attempt.
He threatened to kill himself a few times before. But I never thought he would dare to punish me this much.
Punish you? Why?
I've known for a long time he was not happy with his life. But I always hoped he cared enough to avoid making me suffer like this.
Do you realize your son could try to kill himself again? He might succeed next time.
I think about it every minute. But I won't stop fighting for my son's future. That's how much I love him.
Prepare for the worst. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. He is lucky to have you. You are in denial. This is probably what we should say, but we're going to do this one.
You're right. Your son's death was not fatal. And unlike many on their own, he is lucky to have you by his side.
I can't give up on him. I just can't. I have conceded many times in my life, but giving up on my son is something I am incapable of.
Hey, respect to you, Beatrice. Stick to them till they get it right.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Alright, so I think we've got everything for both of them. I can't imagine there being anything else, and now our XP has jumped up to 3,900. Alright, so we're back to where we were when we found Mortimer's note. Let's get some of these people out of our way, because we've got to get back. Oh, wow. Yeah, this guard of Pre-1 stake is incredibly strong on the stun damage. Pretty much just catching us back up to where we need to be, essentially. Drop this down here. Perfect. Oh, wow, perfect timing. Wow, I'm gonna need that right now. There we go. Give me some more blood. Hold this guy. Oh, stop leaving out of that. Dang it. What the? These not bullets? What? These are bullets. Like, how the hell is he just getting shot like it's fine? He doesn't have any armor on. What is that? This man just got shot like 4 times like everything was fine. Now let's get some more XP. Let's keep going. We've got to do it. Oh wow, look at the fights going on in the streets here. Wow. Let's be careful. Get a blood barrier going. Let's kill that Scowl. Gives a little bit of time to get our ultimate back up. Where we have left? Just a Scowl. You gonna give me some blood, Scowl? That's a killing hit, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, when you see that camera zoom in, you know the ass is grass. Yeah, we're getting much needed XP. It's the only way we can level up. Side missions, battles, hints, that's it. Gotta do it. Hold this for me. Into the abyss. All 3 of them just got hit by that. You want to give me some blood? Ow. Oh, he's not dead yet. There we go. Back up. What was I shifting into? Wow, what was I shifting into back there? I was like getting stuck on the wall, I guess. That was just odd. Oh yeah, we got him down here too. Let's see. I just used that ultimate. It's got 50. Okay. This should be Shadow Mist.
Look at it!
Jump to them all the way. Maybe don't, I guess. Yeah. But so we gotta do that now. Really? What perfect timing to get that attack off. Give me some help. We're gonna toy with this person for a little bit. You're gonna give me some more blood back. Anybody lower level than us is gonna get destroyed pretty much instantly, as you're seeing here. But if they're the same level or above, we got a fight in our hands. Alright, good. So we're back at the docks. Now we can start healing up some people we need to.
Are you worried about the conditions in London?
I've heard rumours about some sort of militia patrolling, killing the sick. The wet boot boys are overrun.
Oh, wow. Really? So they're even at the mercy of the guard of Pre-1. Oh, he's already healthy. Never mind.
Goodbye.
Screw you, Boof. I thought you needed health.
Can I offer you my medical help, Miss Cox?
Giving out for free.
You'd make a poor businessman, Dr. Reid.
Perhaps I would. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you. But don't expect me to owe you anything.
You literally just acknowledged I was doing it for free. Everybody in here has the cold.
It would be nice to see each other outside the pub sometime.
Yeah, I know you want to.
You're still working at this hour. That's what I call dedication.
Do you require medical assistance, Miss Cavendish?
Don't feel so good if you have to know. I knew that keeping the bar open with the epidemic wasn't a good idea.
Take this. It'll help. Perhaps you should think about closing the Turquoise Turtle for a while.
Tom always said we got to keep the doors open. But thank you, Doctor.
Dr. Reid has given her some 18th century tussin, or Robitussin, whatever you want to call it.
Have you heard anything about Sean Hampton's shelter?
Some customers said the sad saint had a vision, launched himself on a holy crusade. Even Dyson Delaney joined up with them. It's more like a cult, if you ask me.
Okay, so now we finally know what's happened with Dyson Delaney. So he did join Sean Hampton. So I guess Dyson at one point either became a Scowl or Sean converted him into a Scowl, one of the two. But yeah, so that night asylum is now a Scowl haven, so we've confirmed that.
Are you worried about the sanitary situation?
Of course I am. Everywhere's deserted, houses, streets all empty. People buying guns. We hear them go off every night. It's bloody frightening.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Alright, so that's definitely interesting. So yeah, Dyson and Sean Hampton, I don't think we'll be seeing them anymore in this game. I don't think I made the wrong decision though, because we didn't need to kill Sean Hampton. And I still don't know what would happen if we tried to turn him.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
I think I just messed them up. It looked like they're about to go have some fun back there. I'm sorry, Tom Watts. Damn, she said we don't have any customers in here. Let's go back in that other room for a minute. Now you gotta talk to Dr. Reid first.
Do you need any help?
Can't be good for business to see the bartender cough in your beer.
Indeed, it would be a shame to taint the delicate taste.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Reid. My customers and I, we all thank you.
Look at Miss Cavendish on the side. Go ahead, Miss Cavendish. That's hilarious. She is stuck in place.
Have you got any recent news on Sean Hampton's shelter?
I've not seen him since he came back to the docks. Rumour has it he's converted his flock to some sort of cult. That's unbelievable.
The cult of the Scowl. It's crazy.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Well, at least we don't have to waste any more treatments for Dyson Delaney. Let's figure out where everybody else is. We have a few more people to treat.
What can I do for you, Dr. Reid?
It's more so about what I can do for you.
Mrs. Fishburne, are you in need of any medical assistance?
I am afraid I am, Doctor. I don't feel well at all.
Well, hold this for me.
Then let me give you a prescription.
I thank you for your generosity, sir. It's something this part of town truly needs.
Good evening, sir. I'm amazed you made it back to the docks alone. Good for you.
Well, I could say the same about you, young man. More to the point, who the hell are you?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
And I am Archer Woodbead. Please excuse my assertiveness. I often forget I'm just an old prune.
It's all good. Alright, so I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, I look over, you see we made 8 treatments of fatigue. That's how often it comes up. I'm pretty sure this was a person we saved from the Scowl attack, where he was going after someone from the Guard of Prewen.
Do you need my medical attention, sir?
Unfortunately, yes. The spirit is willing, but the flesh, well, you know.
Nobody is immune to disease. There's no need to be ashamed of that.
Well, thank you, Doctor. Now maybe I'll live another day or two.
Or maybe even a week.
Do you have any recent news on Sean Hampton's shelter?
I read that given enough time, any intention, no matter how good, can rot and sour. If half the things I've heard about this place are true, that theory is soundly proven.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
People used to feel safe around here. They had the gangs protecting them. Now all they do is bicker and plot against one another.
Missing the good old days, are you not?
Trust me, son. The longer you live, the less meaning your existence will have. You need to remember the days you still had beliefs.
And what about the gangs?
Back in my day, people trusted the Wet Boot Boys. We looked out for the docks and its families. Nowadays, they're just a bunch of greedy fuckers.
You were a gang member?
I was their leader for a time, believe it or not. Now these bastards act like I'm nothing. Not one of them. They owe me some damn respect.
If you were such a respected figure, surely you have many interesting stories about this part of town.
You bet I do, but make no mistake. I'm no rat, sir. Some secrets are best left buried.
Who would you trust around here?
The owner of the Turquoise Turtle's a decent fella. Tom's his name. Sean Hampton's all right too. Don't particularly share his religious views. He's quite devout, if you catch my meaning.
Do you still know anyone? From the old days, I mean.
Most of them are dead. I still give Miss Gillingham salutations. She doesn't remember me. She did once like me. Boy, she was a beauty back then.
Any remarkable new faces around here?
Nobody. Well, there's that boy Rufus the Curse. I like him, despite the reputation he's made since his parents died. Poor little bastard.
I'm sure a district as colourful as the docks must have plenty of stories about strange visitors and creepy characters.
So, you want me to talk about the sewer dog, don't you?
If you don't mind.
The sewer dog is a bitch. Appropriately named, an old woman dressed in rags. She has an elegance, though, despite her ugliness. I saw her once. Scared the life out of me.
Oh, wow. I thought Fergal was the sewer dog, but he's saying that old Bridget is the sewer dog. That's interesting. We'll leave that conversation at that, because that's a disrespectful title going from the way he was approaching it. But, yeah, I actually thought it was Fergal, so I guess it could be either.
Have you always been so bitter?
It's not bitterness, it's poorly masked disgust. When everything turns to shit, we all have to eat a spoon or two.
As a practitioner, I believe science will provide a new standard of welfare. It's just a matter of time.
I'd like to believe you, Doctor. But recently all science has been good for is mustard gas and machine guns.
But what about social progress? What about women getting the right to vote? Things can change for the better.
I've never voted, not once. And my wife, God rest her soul, she was too busy taking care of the kids to vote.
Tell me everything you know about the Guard of Priwen.
Andrew never told me what they do. I do know they're vigilantes with military training. Access to some impressive firepower.
And what is your personal opinion about the Guard, then?
This Guard of Priwen is just another gang preying on the young and naive. Preying on people like my boy. I know how it works. I invented it.
Tell me about the Wet Boot Boys, Archer. I want to know more.
We were there for the families and each other. It was us against the world. We were vicious, tough, even cruel. But we were united.
You sound like you were some kind of radical union member.
Yes, nowadays the communists and gangs squabble over pointless territory. Sounds stupid when you say it out loud.
Why did your son really join the Guard of Priwen?
If I believed in a higher power, I'd see this as punishment for my own sins. I deserve it for all the young men I enlisted back in the day.
You don't believe in God, though, do you, Mr. Woodbead? So why did he join?
Now I think about it. Andrew joined the Guard, not to defy me, but to follow in my footsteps, to make me proud.
So your son has left you nothing to explain his actions? No letter or message?
Not even a note. I'm a proud man, Dr. Reid. But I would kneel and pray if I thought it would give me my Andrew back.
Are you worried about the sanitary situation in London?
I never thought I'd live to see the last days of London. Just another thing I was wrong about, I suppose.
Goodbye, sir.
Wow, well, we got all of his conversation and hints out the way. Definitely interesting for him. Oh, there's the train again. The view of it got disrupted when we were looking at it earlier. A few other people to heal at the docks. Alright, so we're heading over to the western docks. I'm pretty sure this is where Sean Hampton's night asylum was. And if that's the case, then there should be Ichabod Throckmorton over here, as well as some other people to talk to. And the Garda Pre-1 is back, of course. Y'all are in my way. Ow. You're gonna have to give me some blood back for that. Appreciate it. I just was sure that was gonna stun him. Hold this for me. That didn't kill him. So typical. It's so typical. You'd think I'd know better by now. Oh, there's scows over here now. Look at this. Does that mean that we can fight Sean Hampton over here? Or would he want to fight? Because his scouts out here trying to fight us. Nice miss. Now, see, I'm really concerned about what happened over here, because this is where Ichabod Throckmorton last was. So, I mean, was he out here trying to fight these scows? Who have nothing on them? Night shelter's still open. Is that a dead body? What the hell? Oh, this is all blocked off. Oh, wow. Look at this. All right, let's see what happens if we go in here.
What on earth happened here?
Damn, man, the scouts have completely took this shit over. Look at this. There's Sean Hampton. Yo, I thought we left him in a good place. He's lost his mind. Are you serious? We have to fight him? So maybe we did choose the wrong thing leaving him here. He had to have tricked us. He resisted that? What? How did he resist that? Oh, hell, I'm about to die over here. Hold on. Let's shoot him. Man, this is crazy. He lost it. He acted like he had full control over himself, so we made the wrong decision. Had to have. We gotta heal. Shoot him. Wow. Damn, Sean Hampton, that's not what we wanted. He had us so convinced that he was fine. And like I said, like he was saying it as if he had been doing that for decades, being a scout. So we were supposed to turn him. Wow, man, that's crazy. We literally just saw old Bridget and them and everybody was fine, but Sean Hampton lost it. Watery brisk blood sample and 350 shillings. Wow. I feel so bad that I messed that up. Yeah, so I guess we were supposed to turn him into an Econ. We're getting a lot of resources for it, so that's the only good thing. Man, that sucks. That was not my intention. Probably gonna be more scouts, yep. How do I want to kill you? You're still not dead. Nothing else over here. Wow, man. Okay, that's crazy. So now I can only wonder what happens if you turn him into a scout, or if you turn him into an Ekon. We can't even go over here to see if there's anyone on this side of it.
Good evening, sir. I'm glad to see you safe.
I am not safe. I should never have come back here. My life is in danger. I know it.
You're much safer here than in that contaminated area.
Bullets kill people quicker than diseases and epidemics, Dr. Reid.
I don't think you understand the severity of the situation here.
What can you tell me about this district?
The East End Docks only knows one rule. Dog eat dog, and blood calls for blood. The gang will have their revenge on me one way or another.
What can you tell me about the locals?
Most people would say that Sean Hampton and Tom Watts are good men who try to sort things out. But for me, the real boss around there was my best friend, Jack Gillingham.
Jack Gillingham, you say?
Everyone round there knew Jack. He was a rock. A mountain even. He feared nothing.
Your friend Jack has something to do with you fleeing to the contaminated area where I found you. I want to know more.
Jack is dead. That's all you need to know. Dead because of me. So much violence. So much sorrow. All of that because I refuse to be insulted again.
You only ignited a war about to start. Take responsibility and stop hiding. Yeah. Remember, we saw the note. Somebody was being racist to him, so he acted against it, accidentally killed that person, and then Edwina Cox and Booth Digby killed Jack Gillingham because all they knew was that somebody had killed a wet boot boy.
No man can predict the exact outcome of his actions. It's the curse we have to live with. We can only gamble and do what we think is best.
Perhaps you're right. The district was doomed before I was born. But I cannot stop myself thinking that Jack died for me.
Why do you say that?
After I killed that gang member, the wet boot boy suspected Jack. And being loyal and all, he did not refute the accusation.
You are not going to spend the rest of your life hiding, Rodney. What are you planning to do?
Honestly, I have no idea. How am I supposed to live while so many have suffered because of me?
Only you can answer that question. But one thing is certain. Since you owe Jack your life, I think it's fair to live it in a way that would make him proud.
That's the kind of thing Jack could have said, Dr. Reid. Thank you for that. I believe you're a good guy too.
The death of your friend has affected you deeply, hasn't it?
Jack Gillingham was the real deal. He believed we could change the world if we were united and focused enough. And he brought out the best in each of us.
You're right. He died to save you. That alone gives me an idea of the kind of man he was.
He was the bravest. And no one dares to say openly that he got killed by those bastards.
Your friend's plan was audacious, if not reckless. No one stands up by themselves to a gang like the Wet Boot Boys.
How dare you say that? You never met him.
Goodbye, Mr. Grader. Take care.
Alright, so we've got everything covered for him. Sorry there wasn't really any discussions in between the comments. I'm still really upset about Sean Hampton. I can't believe that was the wrong choice to spare him. That gets me. Also just realized I made a mistake on one of the side missions. I was trying to make some money and I sold a watch that had an engraving on it. It was actually Jack Gillingham's and I was supposed to give that to either his mom or I believe to Martin Nightingale. I ended up selling it to one of the ladies back in Whitechapel where I was trying to make that neuralgia treatment.
Young man.
I don't like asking for help.
There's no shame in asking for help, especially when you are in desperate need of it. Here, take this. You should recover in no time.
Thank you, I suppose.
Oh, we found Ichabod Throckmorton.
Do you need my medical attention?
Actually, I may.
Treating a vampire hunter's wounds is...
Thank you, Dr. Reid.
Goodbye.
Oh, wow. So I came all the way back to this lady to get this watch, and I had already completed the quest because I ended up selling it to this person. So I ended up just buying it back for no reason. That's hilarious. So I wasn't able to return the watch back to one of them like I would have liked to have done. It is what it is, though. We needed the money at the time, and we were able to do what we needed. Okay, so another thing I just realized as I was looking through some of the side missions and whatnot. So we know we ended up killing Sean Hampton. Dyson Delaney went missing, so he went Scal. And remember, I was asking about Lottie and her sister Giselle. They're both missing as well because they were in the night asylum. So that's why this area went to the critical status like it did. So we have everybody healed up as best we can at this point, but we ended up losing 4 people. So my decision to spare Sean Hampton was the wrong one. I should have tried to convert him into a Scal, or I should have just killed him. Because even though he really just played us, he made it seem like he had this condition for some time and was managing it when it eventually just took him over. So the good part is that now that we have everybody healed up at the docks, we can just go right back over to this area. We can go back to our house and rest. And then when we come back, we'll go into the Ascalon Club. Yeah, we went from like 3,800 to 6,300 just from doing our side missions and whatnot. I'm going to add another level to our Shadow Mist. That's going to cost 2,000. It's crazy. Got to do it though. We need these abilities to be stronger. Alright, so that does give us 2 branching ways for this to move forward. Likewise, we wanted to do the same thing for our Abyss. Let's go ahead and strengthen that further. Alright, we got that up to level 2. Alright, let's see what we get for the next night. Okay, so the West End, which we're currently in, that's healthy. We've only had 1 person to treat, so nothing major here. Okay, so we've elevated the docks to a critical situation. We only have Rodney now has a cold, so if we ever go back to that side of town, we can treat both of them for the cold. Yeah, like I said, Sean Hampton's dead. He's missing, which means he's a Scal. And these 2 probably got converted into Scals as well, so nothing we can do. Those are people we've lost from our decision. The Pembroke is sanitized. Can you believe it? Everybody is healthy at the Pembroke. We have no issues here so far. The situation in Whitechapel is looking great. I did not have a neuralgia treatment when I saw Mason Swansborough the last time, so we gotta get him treated. He did have something else before that, but every time you don't treat someone, they tick up, so now it costs, takes more stuff to heal them. Everywhere besides the docks is doing great. And now we're up to level 21. That's a crazy jump.